So, gosh, right, Thursday morning, and we have just done a weights and cardio session. That was really good fun. It was where you did 3 different weight exercises, and then you did an optional cardio, or you had a rest, and then you did 3 different weights. Then the cardio section kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. That was really good, really enjoyed it. So I'm here today to talk to you about pelvic floor. So what we're going to be doing is every Thursday morning, about 7:30, as say, by the time I finish the class, it's probably kind of 7:34, maybe 7:35. But if you switch on your notifications, you'll know when I'm on live. So we're just going to start talking about the pelvic floor. Now, if you don't have any pelvic floor issues at the moment, please don't dismiss this, because you will still learn stuff. It will be really useful for you. And also, you never know, as you start to get older, these things can just come on. So it can actually be a symptom of the menopause as well. So you might have never had any issues at all with your pelvic floor, and then suddenly one day you think, where did that come from? So I tend to focus more on stress and urge when it comes to pelvic floor. There are so many different types of pelvic floor problems, but I tend to focus on stress and urge incontinence. So that's where I specialize. So for those of you who are just joining us from my other group, welcome. This is the group where you will get free classes Mondays and Tuesdays. They're like Monday and Friday, 15-minute classes just to get you up, get you moving, and start to get you fit, start to get you on that journey. Then Tuesday mornings, we're going to be looking at menopause. Wednesday is words of wisdom. So Wednesday is just something that you can put into your day, into your routine. Very, very simple to do, but it will have a big effect on your health. And then Thursday is pelvic floor. So I'm T, and I'm your coach and specialist in pelvic floor issues, specialist in menopause, and specialist in kicking people up the arse when they need to get moving. So I wanted to talk to you as well about common symptoms. There's a lot of common symptoms with the pelvic floor. So we'll be going on to look at that over the weeks. Then we're going to be also looking at what you can do to improve your pelvic floor health and how you can bring that into your daily habits. So what happens a lot of the time with pelvic floor health is that people know what they should do. They might not be 100% sure how to do it, but it's the doing it regularly and consistently that is going to improve your pelvic floor. So you've got about an 80% chance of pelvic floor exercises working for your incontinence, if it's stress incontinence or urge. So there's loads that we can do to improve that for you, but you have to do the exercises, and you have to do them every day, and they have to become part of your habit. So over the weeks, we're going to be looking at how you can start to introduce them, how to do them, and how to make them part of your daily routine. So what we're going to do today is just literally talk about the core. So what is our core? So this is where we start. So this is just a little bit of education. Don't worry if it doesn't mean too much, but it's a good foundation to decide what's going on in your core. So basically, we are a cylinder. So if you imagine from here down to here, we're just like a little round cylinder. So this way and round there. And at the top is our diaphragm. So just about where our ribs are, this is our diaphragm here. And then around the middle, so all the way around the middle here, you've got your six-pack. Okay, so that's the one that you see on the men. We've all got it, but it might not just pop out. Okay, that's our rectus abdominis, and it comes all the way around and joins at the front here. And then coming down the sides, you've got your internal and your external obliques. So they're the side muscles. So they're the ones that like pull you in like a little corset. And then from the spine, all the way around here, underneath is our transverse abdominis. So that is underneath all of those other muscles. And it comes from here, it comes all the way around underneath those, and that's our transverse. And then joining them together at the front is the Alba lineum. Now, or Lineam Alba. Yeah, Linear Alba. And it's basically, you know, when you're pregnant and people talk about tummy split, that's the linea, which is holding everything together, splits apart, and that's how you get that doming when you're pregnant. And obviously when you are pregnant, it needs to split apart because you need room for the baby to grow. But what often happens is it doesn't stitch itself back together. And that's something that, again, you can work on over time to get those muscles coming back together. Then you've also got running down the spine, you've got your multifisseous muscles. They run down your spine and they basically are part of the core as well, and they help to keep everything upright. And at the bottom of all of that is your pelvic floor. So if you imagine, when we talk about the core, we're talking about the diaphragm all the way down to the pelvic floor. Now, as we breathe in, so if you could do this with me, just pop your hands on the side of your ribs and breathe in, and you'll feel that your ribs expand. So breathe in. And then you also might find, if you're a belly breather, you'll find your belly will rise as well. So breathe in. And again, breathing in, feeling the tummy rise. Okay, so what's happening there is as you breathe in, your pelvic floor is lowering and your tummy muscles are all expanding. Then the opposite happens as we breathe out. So as we breathe out, naturally, everything in here tightens. And naturally, our pelvic floor lifts. So if you just try that, so think about the breathing. Don't worry if you can't feel anything down here, that's fine. We'll come on to that later. So breathing out. And just gently feel the tummy muscles pulling in. Okay, breathing in, they expand. Breathing out, they naturally contract. So they might not contract much, but that's what's happening in there. And your pelvic floor, as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Okay, so that's just some basics just to get you started, just to have an idea of what's going on in here. And as I say, over the weeks, we'll start to go into things in more depth. So join me tomorrow morning at 7:30. We're doing a weights and cardio class. If you don't have weights, tin of tomatoes, absolutely fine. So just something to get you started, something to hold. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's not heavy, it's just to get those muscles moving. But if you regularly work out at home, you've probably got some weights as well. And then you just need a little mat or just a towel, maybe just something to lay down on. So that's it for today. Let me know if you enjoyed that. And if you want any more information, just pop it in the comments. And I'm always happy to answer your questions. So have a great day. Bye.